Okay, I'm going to begin stitching my design for our January Kit of the Month 2022 Winter Star. And so what I've done is I've taken my over-dyed metallic braid and I have a knot that I've put in the end of it. Anytime you start with a blank canvas, the question is always, how do I start and stop my threads? So we're going to begin with an away knot. Now, I want to begin stitching right about here. This is about 2 inches from the top edge right in the center. And I want to put my away knot so that I'm stitching toward it so that I will cover up the tail as I stitch. So I'm going to put my away knot right here. I think this is going to be more or less in the general area that I need to be. And now I'm ready to begin stitching. I'm just going to check my placement one more time. I have a little handy dandy ruler here. This is right about in the center. There we go, about 2 inches. Okay, now this stitch is over 4 canvas threads. So here's where I want the top of my first stitch to be. So I'm going to count down 4 canvas threads. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring the needle up. And I'm going to begin stitching. Okay, here's the first stitch. The second stitch is going to cross it. And I'm going to cross it from left to right, right in the center. So I'm going to come down 2 canvas threads from the top and 2 canvas threads over. This is counted canvas, and so I'm counting the canvas. Okay, so here's my first upright stitch, and now I'm going to make tying stitches across each portion of this upright cross stitch. This can really be done in any order. This is the order that I like to use. I'm just making a stitch over 2 canvas threads, crossing each of the legs of the first stitch. Now generally, your stitching is nicer if you can come up in an empty hole and go down in a shared hole, but with this little rice stitch, not always possible to do that. Okay, so here's my first stitch. I've crossed all of the legs of the stitch, and now I'm going to begin the second stitch. So from this edge right here, I'm going to count down 4, and I'm going to make my second stitch. It's sharing holes with the first stitch. And now I'm just going to cross it just like I did before. Oh, and I can see on the back of the canvas that I am going to be covering up my little tail here. So when I come to the knot, I can just clip it off. I don't have to do any additional weaving in or anything. Okay, so now I have 2 upright rice stitches that are connected together. So I'll just continue doing this until I have 18 rice stitches along each diagonal side, making a diamond in the center of a diamond outline of the canvas. So I will do that off camera and join you later.